I have been in the position before where this video would not have been helpful. So I just want to blanket statement that. Hello, if you don't know who I am, my name is Emily. So today we are going to be talking about mental health, and this is not a topic that I have ignored on my channel. This is something I talk about frequently. I apologize if the microphone is sucky or glitchy or anything, because Jojo, could you not? So for the vlog ones, I don't notice it as much, but when I'm doing my sit down ones, I noticed on my last one that I put up, it was very, like, I could tell a difference, and I did not like it. I think we're just going to keep rolling with the microphones, and we'll learn it as we go, and hopefully the cat purring doesn't totally steal the thunder today. He's very, very clingy. We are just gonna kind of dive right into it. This is gonna be more of like a relaxed, chit-chatty video. I was gonna do like a very organized, planned, like structured bullet point video, because I think these videos are always better when they're a little bit more relaxed and less structured. What was I even going to talk about in this video? Mental health. So today I'm just going to talk a little bit about a few of the things that I do when I'm struggling and a few of the habits I've formed that I've noticed improve my mental health greatly. We're not going to sugarcoat it though. Tip number 1, go to therapy. Therapy is not a one size fits all. And I think a lot of people get it in their heads like, I went to a therapist, I tried it, it wasn't my thing. Maybe the specific therapist wasn't right for them. Maybe the approach wasn't right for them. I've done different types of therapy. I did the sit down and spill my guts out kind, and that didn't work for me. I just found that I would tell her what was concerning me, and she'd say something like, "Oh, that doesn't really seem like an issue." We did not mesh very well. And so I saw her for a few times, and then I kind of thought, therapy wasn't for me. It's not a one size fits all, and you're going to have to shop around probably when you're looking for a therapist. Anyways, that was just like a long-winded talk about going to a therapist. But I am genuinely a believer that everybody should see a therapist. And if you don't think you need a therapist, you probably do. Let's be real. It's not always accessible, affordable. So sometimes you have to resort to the DIY method of mental healing. So I spent the better part of December, I would like to say, practicing my New Year's resolutions and instilling good habits into myself. So I started in December because I wanted to give myself a lot of room to screw up. And I think I've formed some actually pretty decent habits. But more so, I've noticed a huge improvement in my mental health, which is crazy because at this time of the year, usually I would not see that at all. I would see a decline, especially after Christmas. It's winter and we're all just trying to get through it. First of all, we got to think about our bodies and our mental health as a holistic approach. At least that's my POV. I'm not an expert. That's just how I see it. Physically, I barely worked out at all. I did not take care of myself physically. Still, even in December, that was like one of my goals was to start working out. And I just I couldn't get into a routine. And just this last week or two, I've been trying to find time for at least 20 minutes of exercise outside specifically, even if it's just a quick walk. But movement is so important. Move, get your outdoor walks in. Okay, next. I'm sure as a lot of us know, when the sun is setting at 4:30 p.m. and it does not rise until 8:45 in the morning, there's not much you can do in that space to soak in that natural light. My mother-in-law got my husband an incredible one of those sun lamps for his birthday. When I tell you, I think this thing is the reason that I wake up feeling like Giselle from Enchanted. It lights up the whole room, so it doesn't just work for one person. It has an alarm, it has sound settings, it has the whole shebang. You can set it so it dims as you're falling asleep and then lights up as you're waking up. It's really cool. And typically the light in itself is enough to wake us up before the alarm or the sounds even go off, which is like the most peaceful wake up in the world. I don't know about you guys. I hate waking up to an alarm. Waking up to something that mimics a natural sunrise has been game changing. Recommend. I talked about how I've been forming habits to help with my mental health. And I will say the biggest thing that I think that has helped is guided meditation every single morning. So I go onto my Apple Podcast, I type in guided meditation. There's going to be a million trillion on there, and you're going to have to find one that you kind of connect with and that works for you. And that might mean trying a couple episodes of one, realizing it doesn't work, trying a few episodes of the next one. It might take a while to find one. My favorite one is Purely Being. I like it because she does a variety. The way I do my meditation, I am lazy as they come. I turn on my guided meditation and I put in my headphones and I lay in my super warm bed because I do not like getting up and sitting to do meditation. I should really do a video with Clayton talking about some of this stuff because he's super knowledgeable. One day he was doing some reading about the difference between high energy exercise versus like low energy, like meditation type exercise, yoga, whatever, and the different impacts it has on different types of people. So I'm naturally very high energy, go get 'em morning person, woot woot. And he is naturally very low energy. But where was I going with this? Oh, yeah. So he was doing some reading on the difference in impact. Somebody like him who is naturally lower energy is going to benefit more from a higher energy type of exercise in the morning than someone like me who's already high energy and would benefit from a low calming type exercise in the morning. It's funny because I've been doing this meditation in the mornings and I find that through the day I have so much more energy. So it's also kind of just learning about, who you are as a person and what works for you. Meditating, that is one habit that I've developed, best habit of my life. Okay, now 2 other habits that go along with meditating, and they are both journaling practices, and that is 1 page of gratitudes every morning and 1 page of affirmations every morning. And I know not everybody is as optimistic and is able to see goodness in everything, but it comes with practice. It's hard, especially when you're in a bad position, to find things to be grateful for. So here's what I suggest. Every day commit to writing gratitudes. And these can be as extensive or as minimalistic as you like. If you want to just write 1 a day, that's fine. If you want to fill a whole page, that's fine. And I recommend filling a page because you force yourself to look for things that you're grateful for in your life. Just find things. I have ADHD. So I'm always looking for ways to kind of channel that hyperactivity that my brain is constantly feeling into any type of productive stream. Very challenging. So whenever I see like a little thing that says ADHD hack, I'm like, I'll try it. So I saw something the other day and it said, don't take in instant hits of dopamine first thing in the morning. And I did not read the rest. I wish I knew which creator posted this. And so basically I was like, fine, I'm not going to consume instant dopamine first thing when I wake up. I'm going to see if this improves my day. I hate it when easy things that I don't want to do work because I don't like waiting until like 11:30 in the morning to go on social media. I like to wake up and scroll through it. But I just decided, you know what? No more social media first thing in the morning. Because unfortunately, after I tried this for like 1 day, I realized it works extremely well. And I don't seek that out then so much throughout the days. But when I tell you it was the easiest change to make with the biggest impact, like the biggest immediate impact, it really was. So if you struggle with depleted dopamine, like anybody with ADHD does, like most people in general do these days, I would highly suggest trying to eliminate any instant hits of dopamine that you take in your morning. Another place that I really seek out quick dopamine, sugar. I will say, if there's sugar in front of me, I will eat it every single time. Like I have no control over the sugar I consume. One other thing I've really been working on mitigating throughout my day is the sugar dopamine hits that I take constantly. And they're not all bad. Like coffee's not bad. I have very specific points when I drink it because I just know that then it will be more effective, most effective, and my body will benefit highly. The next one is having a creative outlet. I've really been pouring a lot of my creativity into like the kids' birthday parties and becoming a little bit inventive with my budgeting. It's my mental health has improved greatly, and it's hard because I feel like I started doing a whole bunch of things at once to try to make it better. So now that it's like getting better, I'm like, is it the meditating? Is it the fact that I've been more creative? Is it that I'm more confident? Like, I don't know why my mental health has improved so much, but I do know that these are all things I've done. So what was I talking about? You can find a creative outlet through a million different things. I think people get very concerned that their creative outlet somehow has to like be productive or make them money or, be something that they're so good at, and then expand on it. I saw somebody who makes like cereal bowls and then sticks them on their wall as art. They're so freaking cool. Like, just get creative. Cycle tracking. I have been cycle tracking for almost a year now, and it is incredible. And I think when people say cycle tracking a lot, they think like just, I know when my period's coming, it comes every 28 days. Yeah, I track my cycle, but there's so much more to that. And I'll be making a whole video on it eventually. But trust me when I say just start cycle tracking. And if you don't know what that is beyond like what day your periods do, just Google it. There's so many. I feel like it's kind of becoming like a thing now. Either that or my explore page is just very specific to me. I have found cycle tracking to be like an incredible insight into my hormone fluctuation and the patterns of emotions that accompany same. And then the last thing I want to talk about is just learning to prioritize, figure out what deserves your energy. It's so easy to not prioritize ourselves. Prioritize yourself, prioritize your passions, just prioritize you. That's kind of my last thought. Anyways, this was like a random jumble mumble, like most of my videos are. I hope you enjoyed it. If you did, make sure you give it a thumbs up. I'll have my social medias down below. You can find me there. And I will see you guys next time I have something to say. So thanks so much for watching.